What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Let's play Crash Bandicoot 2 Part 3. We're now beginning Snow Biz, the first level in the second warp room and the second snow level, which is a snow level based on Intensity Island. If you look at, as I said in Part 2, the islands, or the warp rooms, are actually based on sections in the islands, the three islands that were in Crash 1, and these levels are all on different places around the islands. Well, the snow levels are on Intensity Island, except if you look at a map of Naughty Dog made a map of this game and the locations in it, and these, as you can see here, those penguins replace the seals that was doing that in Snow Go. But anyway, Naughty Dog made a map for the levels, or for the islands and the levels in them, and where the the levels locations on the islands and all that. And the map shows that all of Intensity Island is snow. There is no section that is not covered by snow in the all of Intensity. As I said, all of Intensity Island is covered in snow. And so for whatever reason, that's just the way it is. It's not talked about in the game, and I haven't seen or heard anything from Naughty Dog about why that is like that. But it doesn't really matter. It's just something that I thought needed to be pointed out. But anyway, so as you've seen here, this is the red gym path that that's why I had decided to get the red gym first in level 2. Now, if you saw what I just did there, you can actually take damage from that falling exclamation crate, or the metal crate. If it is falling while you're trying to bounce up into it, you'll either take damage or you'll die, and that's something you definitely want to be very careful of. It doesn't, as long as you're not too impatient, and that's just what that was. I was trying to get through there a little bit faster than I needed to, which is a little bit too impatient. But if you are usually patient, you shouldn't have any problems with it, and you cannot fall off the sides of this. I guess you can here, but yeah, I guess you can't fall off the sides of here, so you do have to be careful while running around through here. Now, this section, you have to be careful, because you can see there's a C box here, and past this point, and I believe this is supposed to be the halfway point of this color gym route. You have to be careful because of how you handle these boxes, because after this, the level will, or everything will get a lot harder from here on. And if you have a hard time with this level, or through this whole secret gym path, it is suggested that you go through here with 2 masks. But if you don't want to go through here, or if you have lost your masks up to this point or whatever, you may want to keep those boxes around there so that you can gain a whole bunch of Wumpa Fruit and replace your lives as you go along, especially if you have a hard time keeping lives in this game up to this point, or you just do this level. It definitely helps. I don't believe there's enough Wumpa Fruit there to gain a life every time you die, but you'll at least you should at least replace a life every time you go through there. And if you die 5 times in this game, you will gain a mask back. You'll gain just a regular one-hit mask, so that will help you out. And you'll at least replace 4 lives if you do that. Instead of just going through there and instead of losing 5 lives, you'd only lose 4. So, anyways, you can see where it takes you back out. You can ride up on that gym path again in case you missed any boxes or anything like that, which is very nice. Sometimes some of the gym paths, like in level 3, won't let you go back through there, so you have to play through the entire level over again. If you missed a box or whatever, so it's something that I'm glad that they added. I wish they would have done that with all of the gym routes, but they're not too difficult, so it's not really needed as often as you may think. And that one is kind of difficult, but once you learn how to get through the stone pillars. Stone pillars are the bad thing because, as you saw, every time I went underneath one of the stone pillars, I always had to slide, and you have to get right underneath them and then just start to slide, or you won't be able to make it. And that's about the biggest thing that is the most difficult. The nitro bridge is kind of difficult as well. Let me think. Some of the wooden pillars, along with the stone pillars, are difficult as well. So it's just different things that are difficult in some sections. They give different people different problems. Everyone will have their own hard section. Some people have the same section that are hard. Some people say, oh, well, that place is easy, and the place, up a little ways is a little bit more difficult. But anyway, so the puzzle here for this bonus round was the TNTs at the end. Just how to get through there without sliding off the ice or dying. By the TNTs, there's nothing back there, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that is the biggest thing. That is the puzzle for there. And you can see here the stone rollers that were in Rolling Stones on Insanity Island instead of Intensity Island. But as I said before, this is not supposed to be on Insanity Island. This is all supposed to be on Intensity Island. But anyway, so not too long of a level. You can see it does have a lot of boxes. This is not actually. This is close to being the level with the most boxes, and I believe it's in the top 5 or 10. Well, maybe it's just in the top 5 of most boxes. But there's a level in the 4th warp room that you'll see later on. It has a lot more boxes in it than this one, and that one's a lot harder than Snow Biz. But anyway, so there you go, Snow Biz. Not too hard of a level, to be honest. It's if you don't have trouble with the secret the gym route, you shouldn't have any trouble at all with the level. It's actually pretty easy, pretty fun. The third snow level is the one that I don't like, but I'll talk about that once I get to it. But anyway, so here we are, another surfboard level. Jetboard, I guess is something. I guess it's called, but I just call it a surfboard because that's what I was. That's what I've always heard it was called, not a jetboard. I don't know why in the world someone would call it a jetboard, but anyway. Remember, you cannot keep a mask while on the surfboard. So just keep that in mind if you want to go through the if you want to keep it, or if you're worried about trying to race it so that you have it while on the surfboard. If you cannot have it on the surfboard, so just keep that in mind. Now, I don't know why I'm going after all of these boxes. It's just it's ingrained in me to go after every single box, no matter what. We cannot actually get all the boxes in this go because there's a secret path in this level, and I won't go on the bonus round just for time reasons. But we cannot actually go on the bonus round for now because there's a secret path that we have to go on later on in the 6th warp room, kind of like with level 1 or level 2. And this is called a death route. If you make it to the point in this level and do not die, the death route will become open to you, which will take you to usually a section with a box. And I probably shouldn't have got this mask, but there will a certain point in the level that will usually take you to a gym. But you have to make sure you do not die in the regular level. You can die here as many times as you want to, but you just have to make sure that you don't die in as I said, the regular level. And this is usually a dead end, the death route, or it's called a death route. That's what it is. It's usually a dead end that will take you to a warp room portal, and you can die and retain the gem. So if you want to go through this level and do it all in one go instead of get the gem now or get this gem now, if you want to get both the box gem and the death route gem in one go, all you would have to do is just die right as you get to the grab the gem and then die. That'll take you back to a checkpoint or back to the beginning of the level, whichever comes first. but you'll still have the gym, which is very, very nice and very, very useful. But anyway, so this is the first riding level that we've seen in this game. You ride a baby polar bear named Polar. The controls are very similar to the hog, except it's not quite so linear in the movements. In the movement, you do not stay moving directly. You don't stay straight. You do have some movement to it, and you can also speed up by pushing the square and the circle and R1 buttons. The square button does nothing, by the way, and you can also jump with the X button, like the hog. The hog wouldn't let you speed up with it, but you can, you can speed up with the polar bear, which is actually pretty useful. And you saw there are TNTs littered around that you have to be careful of, because they can kill you. The nitro crates can kill you as well. And the biggest problem with these levels are the boxes. Sometimes if you remember in Hog Wild and Whole Hog, sometimes you could miss boxes pretty easily just because you couldn't. Well, I guess I never did, but it is actually pretty easy to miss boxes just because of the way the hog would turn, or how it wouldn't turn, and you could miss the hog or the box pretty easily. This level has that same problem. It is actually quite easy to miss boxes along the route. There's actually two sections. The first ice section with the boxes that were kind of clustered around the wall. Very easy to miss some of those boxes there. Here as well. What you have to do is you kind of just have to tap the very edge of the box. You just kind of have Crash kick him. You can't actually have Crash kick him, but just how his feet are hanging out a little bit. That's about the only way you can get through it. You cannot dive into them head first. You have to do it like that. But yeah, there you go. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. Not too difficult. To be honest, this one is actually pretty easy. As we go along, though, they will get harder. Pretty much like with everything else. But yeah, so I guess I can. Well, no, I guess I hate to end the video here because it's so short, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the trivia for all the levels that I've done. I'm gonna start with Snowbiz. Snowbiz is the 6th level, and I'll show you what Crash does while he's pointing down. Excuse me, that's what he does when he's pointing down. So I'll just stand here and stand on Polar. There we go. Well, I guess I'll just. There you go. Anyway, so Snowbiz is 6th level in Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. It is the 2nd snow ice level in the game. Getting this stage's clear gym will require the red gym from the first snow ice level, Snow Go, as nearly half the crates are found on the red gym route. The final section of this level introduces rolling stone wheel obstacles for Crash to avoid from jungle rollers and rolling stones from the first Crash game. Number of crates, 124, 18 in the bonus round, 61 on the red gym route. Gym items are the crystal and the clear gym. Trivia: this level's name is a blatantly obvious pun on the term showbiz, which is short for show business, which is related to celebrity-themed events or terms or anything pertaining to the entertainment industry. Whereas Snow Go featured endless streams of seals sliding down slopes, single file. Snowbiz features penguins in the same role. The name may also be a pun on the restaurant Snowbiz. I've never heard of the business, and they don't seem to give any information, sadly. But hey, anyway, so I won't talk about Air Crash just because it has so much, because I haven't done a lot of the level. I'll go ahead and do Barrett. Barrett is the 8th level in Crash Bandicoot 2. This level introduces Crash to his newest ally, Polar, a polar bear cub that he can ride on. This gameplay idea is very, very similar to the hog riding in the levels Hog Wild and Whole Hog. The Bear Bandicoot team is tasked with dodging totem poles, seals, killer whales, and TNT crates in a charming Snow Valley climate. Barrett is most likely based off the phrase bear, which means to deal with something one may not want to do outside the level warp door. If you use every move on the bear outside, you get 7 lives. it's actually 10. Polar the Bear crash rides in Crash Bandicoot 2. Okay, that's something for different. I guess I'll talk about it. Polar the Bear crash rides on Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex strikes back. Is later angry at Crash for riding on him. He then joins Crash's birthday party in Crash Twinsanity, in which Crash's enemies from previous games have a gathering with Dr. Cortex. The only reason I said all that because I'm not going to do Crash Twinsanity, so I just figured I might as well say that. So yeah, again, I hate to make the video so short, but anyway. So thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many seals that I pass in both Snowbiz and Barrett, combined. Thank you for watching. Next time we will be doing Crash Crush, the Eel Deal, the boss for Warp Room 2, and maybe maybe level 11. I don't know for sure. It depends on how the time is. So again, apologize for making this so short. But until part 4, later everyone.